Alright everyone, so let's talk about money. Specifically, let's talk about the sneaky, almost invisible ways that our hard-earned cash seems to disappear month after month. We're already more than halfway through 2025, and I want to make sure that the next year is your most profitable year yet. But to do that, we have to get serious and talk about the common financial habits that are secretly holding you back. These aren't complex, high-level Wall Street mistakes. These are the everyday slip-ups that millions of people make, often without even realizing the long-term damage they're doing to their net worth. So grab a cold brew, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's get into it. I've seen it all in my career, from people earning minimum wage who manage to build incredible wealth, to high-income earners who are drowning in debt and living paycheck to paycheck. The difference almost always comes down to their daily habits. So in this video, we're going to break down the top money mistakes you absolutely need to avoid in 2025. I'm going to lay out exactly what these mistakes are, why they're so destructive, and most importantly, give you the simple, actionable steps you can take, starting today, to fix them for good. This isn't about shaming anyone, it's about empowering you with knowledge. The truth is, personal finance is about 80% behavior and only 20% head knowledge. You can know all the right things to do, but if your habits are working against you, you'll never get ahead. We're going to cover everything from the dangers of lifestyle inflation and why your budget might be failing, to the silent account drainers you've probably forgotten about. These are the exact issues that, when corrected, can completely change your financial trajectory, adding thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars back into your pocket over time. It's all about making small, consistent changes that lead to massive results. And make sure you stick around until the very end of the video, because I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite bonus tips and a few resources that have personally helped me stay on track with my own finances. You're not going to want to miss that. The goal here is to leave this video with a clear roadmap to a stronger financial future. We're going to turn these common mistakes into your greatest strengths. So, if you're ready to take control of your money and make 2025 your breakout year, let's get started with the first and possibly the most common money mistake of them all. Alright, let's dive right into the number one wealth killer, the mistake that single-handedly keeps people broke regardless of how much money they make: living beyond your means. This sounds simple, right? Just don't spend more than you earn. But in reality, it's an incredibly subtle trap that so many people fall into, especially as their income grows. This phenomenon is often called lifestyle inflation or lifestyle creep. You get a raise at work, a bonus, or a new higher-paying job. And what's the first instinct? It's to upgrade your life. A nicer car, a bigger apartment, more expensive dinners out, designer clothes. The problem is that these upgrades become your new baseline, your new normal. That $2,000 per month rent becomes $3,000. The reliable Toyota becomes a luxury BMW with a hefty monthly payment. Your weekly home-cooked meals turn into nightly DoorDash orders. Before you know it, that extra income you were so excited about has been completely absorbed by higher expenses. You're working harder and earning more, but you feel just as broke as you did before, if not more so, because now you have more financial commitments and more stress trying to maintain this expensive lifestyle you've built. Let's look at a relatable example. Imagine a friend, we'll call him Alex. Alex starts his career making $50,000 a year. He lives with a roommate, drives a used car, and manages to save a little bit each month. He feels pretty good. Then he gets a promotion and his salary jumps to $80,000. Amazing, right? Alex thinks, I've made it. So he immediately moves into a solo luxury apartment downtown, leases a brand new car, and starts going out for fancy cocktails with his colleagues several nights a week. He feels like he's living the life he deserves. But here's the catch. His rent doubled, he now has a $600 monthly car payment plus higher insurance, and his miscellaneous spending on food and entertainment has tripled. Suddenly, that $30,000 raise has vanished. In fact, he's now spending more than his new take-home pay each month, covering the difference with his credit card. He's earning more than ever, but for the first time in his life, he's actively going into debt each month just to maintain his lifestyle. This is the insidious nature of lifestyle creep, and it's a fast track to financial ruin. The second major money mistake? Ignoring a budget. Many think they know where their money goes without tracking it, but this is like flying a plane without instruments. Without a budget, you have no control. You react to expenses, instead of proactively telling your money where to go. Small purchases add up. A budget shows you the truth about your spending. Without it, goals are just wishes. A budget isn't restrictive, it gives you permission to spend. It empowers you by allocating money towards goals, needs, and wants. It's the ultimate tool for financial clarity. Let's talk about a common money mistake: relying on credit cards for everyday purchases. Every swipe is a tiny loan with high interest rates. It's easy to lose track of spending, and those small purchases add up fast. You end up with unexpected balances and high interest charges. The average credit card interest rate is around 20%, compounding your debt. It's a vicious cycle, a high-interest trap designed to keep you in debt. Breaking free is essential for your financial health. The fourth mistake is one that can turn a small inconvenience into a full-blown financial catastrophe, and that is failing to save for emergencies. Look, life is unpredictable. It doesn't matter how well you plan, how carefully you budget, or how stable your job seems. Sooner or later, something unexpected is going to happen. Your car is going to break down on the way to an important meeting. Your roof is going to spring a leak during a massive rainstorm. You might face a sudden medical bill or even worse, an unexpected job loss. These things are not a matter of if, but a matter of when. When one of these emergencies strikes and you don't have a dedicated emergency fund, your options become very limited and very expensive. What do people typically do? They turn to high-interest credit cards, which, as we just discussed, is a recipe for a debt spiral. Or they might take out a payday loan, which comes with absolutely predatory interest rates that can trap you for years. Some people are forced to borrow money from family or friends, which can strain relationships. Or even worse, they might dip into their retirement savings, jeopardizing their entire future for a short-term problem. An emergency fund is your financial firewall. It's a buffer of cash, set aside in a separate, easily accessible savings account that is meant for one thing and one thing only: to cover unexpected essential expenses. This isn't your vacation fund or your new car fund. This is your life just threw a major curveball at me fund. Having this money ready and waiting gives you options. It gives you peace of mind. It allows you to handle a crisis without derailing your long-term financial goals and without going into soul-crushing debt. Alright, the fifth mistake we're going to talk about is arguably the most costly one you can ever make in your entire financial life. It's a mistake that can literally cost you hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars over your lifetime. I'm talking about delaying your retirement savings. It's so easy to do when you're young. You think, I'm in my 20s, retirement is decades away, I have plenty of time. I'd rather use that money for a down payment, a new car, or traveling the world. And while those are all valid goals, putting off retirement saving is a catastrophic error. The reason it's so devastating comes down to one of the most powerful forces in the universe: compound interest. Compound interest is basically the process of your money earning money, and then those earnings earning even more money. It creates a snowball effect that over time can turn very small, consistent investments into a massive fortune. But here's the catch: the most important ingredient for the magic of compounding is time. The more time your money has to grow, the more powerful the snowball effect becomes. Every single year you delay starting is a year of that compounding magic that you can never get back. Let's break this down with a simple example. Let's say we have two people, Sarah and Ben. Sarah starts investing just $300 a month at age 25. Assuming a pretty standard 8% average annual return, by the time she's 65, she will have invested a total of $144,000 of her own money. But thanks to the power of compound interest, her investment account will have grown to over $1 million. That's right, over $1 million. The vast majority of that money, over $850,000, is pure growth. It's money that her money made for her. Now let's look at Ben. Ben decides to wait just 10 years. He starts investing at age 35, but to try and catch up, he invests $600 a month, double what Sarah was investing. He thinks he can make up for lost time by throwing more money at the problem. By age 65, Ben will have invested a total of $216,000 of his own money, significantly more than Sarah. But because he lost those first 10 critical years of compounding, his account will only be worth around $880,000. He invested more of his own money but ended up with less. That is the staggering cost of waiting. Mistake number 6, impulse buying. We've all been there, scrolling online or walking through a store. You see that new gadget, that stylish jacket, or that kitchen tool you suddenly need. It's not on your list, but that little voice whispers, "Just get it." The excitement fades, leaving you with a lighter wallet and another item collecting dust. It's a dopamine trap costing you a fortune. Retailers create urgency and desire with limited-time offers and low stock notifications, triggering an emotional response. These small treats add up, derailing your financial goals. Impulse purchases sabotage your financial future. Recognize the pattern and identify your triggers to break the cycle. Shift your mindset to long-term fulfillment. Save every dollar from impulse buys and put it to work for your future self. Mistake number 7 is neglecting to track your subscriptions. This is the financial equivalent of a slow leak. It's a steady, silent drip, drip, drip of your money going down the drain every month. We live in a subscription economy now. Everything comes with a recurring monthly fee. Each seems small, but when you add them up, the total can be shocking. Companies know that the friction of canceling keeps people paying for what they don't use. It's financial bleed. The outflow of cash prevents you from getting ahead. Thousands a year could be working for you, not against you. It's a mistake that is becoming increasingly costly for those who aren't paying close attention. Let's dive into mistake number 8, convenience. It's easy to click buy now or grab the first item you see, but paying a premium for convenience is a massive wealth destroyer. Prices vary dramatically. The first price is rarely the best. A few minutes comparing options saves you from overpaying. This affects everyday spending like your grocery bill. Small differences add up. Saving $20 a week on groceries is over $1,000 a year. Shopping around doesn't take much time with today's digital tools. Value your money and refuse to overpay. Smart shopping brings you closer to financial freedom. Alright, let's talk about mistake number 9. And this one is so subtle, so easy to fall into because it almost feels like you're being responsible. It's the mistake of skipping your regular financial checkups. You see, a lot of people think that once they've set up a budget, automated their savings and picked their investments, they can just put their finances on autopilot and everything will be fine. They treat their money like a slow cooker meal, set it in the morning, and expect a perfect result by dinner. But the reality is, your financial life is a lot more like a complex, constantly evolving ecosystem than a simple recipe. It needs regular attention, nurturing, and adjustments to thrive in changing conditions. Think about it this way. Would you drive your car for years without ever getting an oil change, checking the tire pressure, or looking under the hood? Of course not. You know that regular maintenance prevents small, manageable issues from turning into catastrophic, expensive breakdowns on the side of the highway. Your finances work in exactly the same way. A small, unnoticed overspending habit in one category, a subscription fee that doubles overnight, or an investment that's suddenly underperforming can all start as minor problems. But if left unchecked for months or even years, they can completely derail your progress and leave you wondering where all your money went. The problem with the set it and forget it mindset is that life itself is never set it and forget it. Your income might change, you might get a raise, or your freelance work could slow down. Your goals will definitely evolve over time. The financial plan you made as a single 25-year-old probably won't be suitable for a 35-year-old with a family and a mortgage. Your expenses are a moving target too. The cost of groceries, gas, and insurance is constantly fluctuating. Without scheduling a deliberate time to sit down and look at the numbers, you're essentially flying blind, hoping you're still on course to your destination without ever looking at the map or the GPS. This is why regular financial checkups are non-negotiable for building wealth. It's not about obsessing over every single penny every single day, it's about creating a sustainable habit of review and reflection. This deliberate act of checking in keeps you connected to your financial reality, empowering you to make small, proactive adjustments along the way. It turns you from a passive passenger in your financial journey into an active, engaged pilot who can navigate turbulence, adjust for headwinds, and ultimately reach your destination faster and with a lot less stress. The final money mistake is falling for get-rich-quick schemes. These schemes are everywhere, preying on the desire for a shortcut, promising financial freedom with minimal effort. It's the siren song of easy money that lures people to financial ruin. They use persuasive language, flaunting wealth to create FOMO. True wealth is built slowly through consistent saving and smart investing. Get-rich-quick schemes often involve high-risk ventures. The red flag is the promise of high returns with little risk, which doesn't exist in the real world of finance. Resisting this temptation is a critical financial skill. So there you have it, the 10 most common and costly money mistakes that can silently sabotage your financial future. From living beyond your means and relying on credit cards, to delaying your retirement savings and falling for get-rich-quick schemes, these are the habits that hold people back. But the good news is that awareness is the first and most powerful step towards change. By watching this video, you've already taken that step. You've armed yourself with the knowledge to identify these pitfalls and now have the strategies to avoid them. Remember, building a healthy financial life isn't about being perfect. Nobody is. It's not about never making another mistake. It's about making fewer mistakes over time. It's about progress, not perfection. It's about making conscious, intentional choices that align with your goals, one day at a time. By implementing a budget, building an emergency fund, automating your investments, and performing regular financial checkups, you are creating a system for success. You're replacing bad habits with powerful, wealth-building routines that will serve you for the rest of your life. Every small positive change you make today compounds into a massive positive result tomorrow. Now I want to hear from you. What is one money mistake you've made that you've learned from? Or what financial tip has made a huge difference for you? Share your experiences in the comments section down below. Your story could be exactly what someone else needs to hear to spark positive change in their own life. Let's create a community where we can all learn from each other and grow together. Your input is incredibly valuable, and I read through as many comments as I can. And finally, thank you so much for your time and for watching all the way to the end. If you found value in this video or learned something new, it would mean the world to me if you would smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps the channel out. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos with financial advice to help you build wealth and achieve your goals. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.